Greetings, you lurkers of the underworld. Today I will present you a French black metal band, Karne, which was already briefly featured on our weekly mail episode a few weeks ago. This one is their second album. The band was formed in 2011 or something like that. And now it's time for the second one called Symposium of Torments. As always, before we go on into album details, as when it comes to music and whatever, let's give the release a brief look for when it comes to the digipack release and whatever. So as you can see, here is the cover image of the album. It's filled with skeletal beings on the front as some kind of banner with the logo of the band on it. So it's kind of like old school wood carving imagery in my mind, and pretty damn cool picture if you ask me. That clearly tells you what kind of music we are doing here. On the back side of this digipack we can see the track list and yet another skeletal being with a starlit sky. The skeleton is clearly saying hello. So inside we can find a black sun with a kind of a skeleton face on it. Underneath the CD there is the same image of than it's on the CD label, so that's pretty much what we have here. And when it comes to the booklet, it's pretty minimalistic, kind of a rusty feeling on it. Inside what we have here is lots of lyrics, more and so forth, except one cool image I want to show you here. Yet another kind of a grim looking creature over here, which is walking on a field or some sort. Other than that, there is only like the info of the band and not much else. So what is Karne and Symposium of Torments all about? Briefly put, it's a really fast tempo, melodic black metal the French way. When I was first listening this album for the first time, it made bands like Dissection and Dark Funeral from Sweden come to my mind. When it's compared to Dissection, Karne is way more fast tempo and way more aggressive. There's not much variation compared to Dissection's more slow tempo, more catchy riffs, and even way more atmospheric stuff. Dark Funeral is actually a bit more closer to what Karne is playing, but there's a clear distinction between these two, how they play melodies and how the songs are structured. Where Dark Funeral is just basically really straightforward, face-punching and extremely fast tempo black metal from all the way through, from the start to the very beginning. Karne is a bit more dynamic in the sense that the songs are not just all the way fast. There are some slower kind of mid-tempo parts, but the overall feeling is really straightforward and quite aggressive. Also, when compared to Dark Funeral, where the melodies are like quite simple and kind of catchy in the way that you get the whole idea just with one listen or so, Karne has more like longer melodies. The riffs are quite complicated in the sense of, it's not like one or two chords and just, doing like that, but they're more like longer. They take more time to get into your head and you're like, okay, this is how it goes. For those who are into French black metal, especially the melodic type of music, I think Karne is pretty fucking solid in a sense of it is your cup of tea. Then again, if you're very kind of like allergic to melodic kind of black metal, stay the fuck out from this kind of album, because Symposium of Torments is all about melodies. It's all about going fast and in your face. When it comes to the ideological or lyrical side of the band, there's not much I can comment with this experience. Some of the songs seem like they have a sort of patriotic feeling, so if you're one of those who are allergic to any kind of patriotic or right-wing or whatever stuff that makes your skin itchy, don't touch this, because something like Ave Patria Moriturite Salutant is probably just way too much too much stuff to handle for your kind of people. If you're into all this void stuff, void shit and stuff, maybe this is your kind of tea. Actually, Among the Void, the last track on the album is probably one of the best songs on the album. So if you can just give a song or two a go before you figure out if this is your kind of thing, just check out that one, or maybe one of the first songs such as False King Coronation, or the song that I mentioned earlier, Ave Patria Moriturite Salutant. So, all in all, Karne is quite cute an album. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into melodic fast tempo shit, but it's not top notch. It's not a bullseye release in all its kind of beautiful glory. Even though I really much like the cover image and the whole layout and kind of like aggressive feeling on the album, I'm still like between like, should I just recommend it outright or be more careful with that? I decided to go with the latter one. I still give it a thumbs up recommendation, so check it out. You should be able to find it on streaming services, or at least at your nearest record shop that has anything to do with metal, since it's distributed by Season of Mist. So check out Karne and Google it up if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you for watching and see you on the next review. Rauta out.